The Falcons invested heavily into the quarterback position, signaling they're in win-now mode. However, they still seem to have their eyes on a particular quarterback prospect that had a fantastic season, finished second in the Heisman race, nearly led the Washington Huskies to an incredible national championship. But there's kind of these people, and we're one of them, that kind of wonder what his draft stock is. Is he a third-round pick? Is he a second-round pick? Is he a fourth-round pick? Is he a first-round pick? But it seems like the Michael Penix hype train has really, really picked up over the last few weeks. Now, this could just be smoke screens from everybody. You know, there's so many teams that need a quarterback. The Falcons could be doing their due diligence on Michael Penix to be like, oh, yeah, we might want Michael Penix, which could convince a team like the Vikings or the Broncos or the Raiders or someone behind them that actually does need a quarterback to trade up to the 8th overall pick, and that pick could become very valuable if multiple teams want Michael Penix. There's multiple reasons for this to be done, but the one thing that I want to say, and I think when I had Zeno on a couple of weeks ago, he said it, because I brought up the J.J. McCarthy at 8 and just even drafting a quarterback in general in the first couple of rounds, and he was like, that's the most ludicrous thing. And coming into that conversation, I was like, no, I'm a little open to it. I left that conversation being like, no, that is pretty ludicrous. We, like you said, we did signal win now, going in there and taking a quarterback. I don't care who it is, unless it's like Drake May falling to 8. I even said that in that conversation. I said, what about Drake May? He said, no, but I would be a little more open to Drake May because of the upside and the ceiling. But taking a quarterback in the first round for the Falcons would be one of the most ludicrous things I've seen an organization do. But it is the Falcons. We don't necessarily always do what people think we should do.
Well, I think the basis for people's arguments of picking Michael Penix or any quarterback for that matter in the first or second round is completely flawed, because they continually point to the Packers, to the Chiefs, to the Ravens, because, you know, the Lamar Jackson, Joe Flacco, Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Patrick Mahomes, Alex Smith. These are wildly different circumstances. I mean, wildly different circumstances. The Falcons just guaranteed Kirk Cousins $100 million. That locks him in for at least 2 years. That $45 million for year 1, year 2, $10 million for year 3. They can part ways with him after the second year, but, you know, they will incur some dead money. It's possible, but they'll incur some dead money. So, if for all intents and purposes, it looks like it's going to be a 3-year run with Kirk Cousins, at least a 2-year run. So you pick a guy like Michael Penix, who's 25 years old, going to be turning 26 this season, who's going to not take a snap in the regular season, at least until his age 28 season. That doesn't ring a bell. That is outside, or that doesn't make a lot of sense. Excuse me. That is even outside of everything that Chase mentioned. Is you're going to spend a first-round pick on a quarterback? First of all, Michael Penix at 8, I would break my TV in half if that were the case. And I'm not a quarterback guru. I'm not smarter than all these guys. I'm not pretending to be like this expert scout. But that's ludicrous. That would be whether he deserves to go there or not. I mean, that's absolutely crazy to sign Kirk Cousins, a win-now quarterback, and then spend your most valuable draft pick on somebody who can't even contribute to winning right now. That's one. 2, even a second-round pick. There's plenty of high-quality starters in the second round. The Falcons may have not had so much success finding them, but they exist. They're there. The Falcons are trying to win a championship, and whether I keep saying this, it doesn't matter how you feel about the team. The Falcons themselves think as themselves as contenders. It would be so foolish to draft a quarterback, maybe at all, literally at all, because as we've seen, you can find starters throughout the draft, day 2, day 3, DeMarco Hellams, Clark Phillips. There's plenty of examples. Nate Landman was an undrafted free agent. I think they have to add to the quarterback room, but spending a premium pick on it would just show the fan base once again that this Falcons organization has no idea what the hell they're doing. I would lose faith. I have got some faith left because of Kirk Cousins and Raheem Morris. I do believe in Terry Fontenot. A move like this, I'll be real pressed not to lose my mind.
Yeah, and then what does that send to your message of the guy that you just handed $180 million? I mean, listen, the Jordan Love thing looks like it's going to work out for the Packers. Also,
hang on. But the Jordan Love thing is like they didn't even reap the benefits of the valuable rookie contract. Like they had to sign him to a new deal, and now they're going to have to extend him again.
Yes, and what did that do to the relationship between Rodgers and the Packers? It basically ended it. They could still have Aaron Rodgers, and who knows if he would have torn his Achilles had he stayed in Green Bay. But I can tell you, Aaron Rodgers, I think he still has some good football left in him, better football than Jordan Love is gonna have over the next couple of years. While you still have him at a cheaper contract before you hand him $50 million a year, which is coming, by the way. And also, what was Jordan Love, like the 23rd pick or something like that? He's not the 8th overall pick. So I kind of see this as a smokescreen for the teams behind him that might need a quarterback. I still think Penix is probably better served as a second-round pick. But listen, teams overdraft quarterbacks for whatever reasons all the time. There are a lot of things that Michael Penix does well. I don't necessarily love him as a prospect. As you said, it does not matter what I think. Drafting him in the first round is off the table.
Any quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, there is literally not a guy in this draft worth taking in the eighth overall pick. And frankly, I'm tired of the 1 foot in, 1 foot out approach. Like, you win all in, you put your chips in the middle. You can't take them back by saying, oh, we're going to take a quarterback in the first 2 rounds. No, you got to keep going all in. You need to be looking for impact players that contribute this year, can contribute next year, that can help this team win a Super Bowl over this 3-year window that you have with Kirk Cousins, hopefully 4 because he plays his ass off. But the 1 foot in, 1 foot out approach that the Falcons have had to the quarterback position previously with Desmond Ridder and stuff like that, and Matt Ryan before that at the end of his career, it hasn't worked. You made your bed, lay in it, go for it. If you're starting to have second guesses already, I don't know what to tell you.
There's a healthy balance that, great NFL franchises have where they can kind of go all in while still keeping the long-term viability of the franchise in mind. Now, circumstances matter. Where like Patrick Mahomes, when you're on a 10-year deal, the guy's there for the rest of his career no matter what. You are afforded certain luxuries that a team like the Atlanta Falcons are not. This is just the state of the franchise that is the Atlanta Falcons, is you don't have the luxury anymore of thinking, well, we're going to think past Kirk Cousins because Terry Fontenot, you might not be here. Raheem Morris, you might not be here. You're thinking 5 years down the road. You're not Sean McVay. You're not Andy Reid. You're not all these guys who are kind of tenured head coaches, so to speak, where they're safe. You guys have something to prove. Terry Fontenot has not overseen one winning season. Now we are all I love Terry Fontenot. Chase loves Terry Fontenot. We all love Terry Fontenot. We all think Raheem Morris is going to do great things in Atlanta. But to act like these guys should be thinking about 5-10 years down the road, guys, let's just win the NFC South and get back to the postseason. Please. We are trying to reinvent the wheel here. Let's just get back to the postseason.
Well, let's be clear. I mean, Terry Fontenot, we all like him, and I think he's a good general manager, but there's not many general managers that miss the postseason 4 times in a row and last. Maybe he's one of the few. We've seen Arthur Blank be very, very cautious in firing people in the past, whether it be Quinn, Mike Smith, Dimitroff. Even Arthur Smith, I guarantee you he didn't want to do it. It was just kind of forced upon him. Mm-hmm. But if we go out there and do not win the NFC South and we put all our eggs in the Kirk Cousins basket, that doesn't work out. And we also dropped another quarterback behind him. I can almost guarantee you Terry Fontenot will not be here in 2025 overseeing things because someone's head has to roll for not winning this division. But coming up after the break, we have more quarterback drama. Kind of. Desmond Ridder speaks on what he's most looking forward to as a member of the Arizona Cardinals.